I remember in early days of the last bootcamp, I was pushing everyone to go out and talk to people. And I know you guys had some connections that you talked to. So do you want to refresh our memories about what did you do? How did that impact your decision making in the project? And was that necessary or was that nice to have?
I'm actually going to mention that in the next slide, so maybe I'll skip ahead to that. That was a key thing. I think one of the learnings I had is defining the success of the project. The first sprint that probably most of you are on right now, there's building out the product requirements document. And I think getting a good understanding of what the success looks like might not help immediately, but it will definitely help when you're on sprint 3. It will definitely help you later on down the line when you're making some scope decisions. And then maybe this is obvious for anyone that's working in engineering teams, but breaking down that work into manageable chunks. You don't want something that goes on forever. And then this is what you're referring to here, Amir. I was lucky because I have access to chat with doctors as well as working in a health system. I also, at the weekends, teach at the Michener Institute, AI Fundamentals to clinicians. Michener Institute is the part of the University Health Network here in Toronto. I get to meet lots of people and they bring problems, which is fascinating, but being able to get feedback is super helpful. And you might not always be able to reach these people, but if you can at all, talk about your potential solutions with end users, and then don't be afraid to pivot based on something they said, because it will give you better direction in the long run.
You mentioned scope, and I want to double click on that a bit because I think that's usually the cause of a lot of failures, like you just bite more than you can chew, etc. But especially in a agentic system, I think that very directly impacts you because evaluation and testing and monitoring is such an important part of agentic workflow. And when the scope is unclear, you don't even know what to measure, how to evaluate. Was that something you experienced, and maybe talk about how that evolved as you went through the 7 weeks?
That's a good question. I can tell you that we ran up against the wall, and managing scope is something that we tried to do. And I think we did pretty well, but you're always going to snowball scope as you go, as you want to do more things. So yeah, being able to, like I said, define success, that includes what does success look like and what does it look like from a data perspective. Even if they're rough sketches or just in a Google Doc or something, having that at the outset will help in the long run because you can build those in and you're always thinking about them as you're developing.